and try.
Pink, Try on the Source, 1575, 743. Spartacus on the morning breakdown. We have Commander's open line. Colonel Dana, Colonel Griffin, and Chief Master Sergeant Whitcomb. They're here answering questions, comments, concerns. Give us a call, 226-1575 or 226-3621. You can also go to Facebook, post your question up there. They're here to answer. They want to talk. They want to interact with you guys. What problems are facing you guys? See, they need to know in order for them to solve it. They can't solve it if they don't know.
I will tell you what is a good problem for me. Tuesday, I was driving from the north area to the south area, and I saw that flag up on hole number 3 of the golf course. That was probably the best scene I have seen probably since about last October, November when that flag went down. So that's a good thing to talk about. The golf course is supposed to be opening this weekend.
You're a big golfer, huh?
Not a good golfer. I enjoy to golf.
No, I said a big golfer.
Okay.
Big.
Yes, I hit them big to the right and big to the left, just not straight.
What's the handicap? Oh, we won't talk about it.
We won't talk about that. It's higher than my bowling score.
which may be a statement about your bowling score
It could be, too. I could have a very low bowling score, too.
Japan Day's coming up. This is always fun as well. Not just, golfing's fun, but Japan Day's fun, too. This is when the Japanese come on the base and share their culture.
I think when Colonel Williams gives his right starts, and along with Colonel Dana, they talk about 3 big events. One is the Airfest in September time period. One is the American Day in the June time period. And one is Japan Day. And that is this Saturday. A great opportunity to come out. I highly recommend people to come out to the club. I think opening ceremony is around 10 o'clock. And they'll be doing events all through the dates to experience the Japanese culture. We'll have about somewhere between 120 to 200 folks come on this base, and they show us what it is to enjoy the culture. Anywhere from dancing to put on kimonos to doing poetry reading, doing balloons and doing artistry.
They got the origami, the paper.
And they even have some food to sample. And I think they usually even have a little bit of sake to taste and sample, but you need to be a certain age to do that. So,
do they do the kanji painting too, where you can do the characters?
They do that, but I'm not good. I was never good with a pen and paper at all. So, but I do recommend to come out. I mean, they will have the drums. They'll have series about every hour or so. They'll have something to show you kind of in the common area, and then throughout the day you can travel through the event. And it has a master schedule. I think it's out on the 35th Fighter Wing Facebook page. You can see the master schedule, but a lot of events and great opportunities. We're hoping Colonel Williams gets back. That's our goal.
What does that mean?
That means I don't have to dress up.
You're going to put the kimono on? Is that what it's going to be?
I'm hoping Colonel Williams returns. Holly, I'm hoping he comes back.
How many Japan Days is this going to be for you?
This will be my 3rd one. And I've enjoyed each one. Misty and I go up there and get the experience. We catch different things, new things each time we go through. And it's just impressive how they come out and do this free. I mean, they come out there on their time, their money, their dollar, set it all up, and really give back to Misawa. And I'll tell you, if you're free, please come out. I bring your kids, all ages. It's a good opportunity just to see what's going on and experience the culture.
How about you, Colonel Dana? How many Japan Days is this for you?
I'm actually going to miss this Japan Day. It would have been my first, but we are on the ITT tour to Tokyo over the weekend. So we're going to go down and check out Tokyo Disney.
Nice. See, that brings up a lot of community activities.
It does. I'm jealous. I took my daughter to Tokyo Disney last year. That's a good opportunity and a day to see what's going on there. I mean, I think they even gave me a discount, I guess, for Americans. If you're over 45, you get the senior discount. So I got a senior discount. Missy and I were surprised. Like, cool, way to go. I got a discount.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think my first senior discount.
45. I felt good. I felt humbled. I was okay to show my ID card to tell my age.
How about you, Chief? How many Japan Days is that for you?
Well, I just got here last June, so this will be my first this year. I'm looking forward to it, though. Sounds like a lot of fun.
This is the
great
first
opportunity. Yeah,
this is the first time or not the first time. This is a time where you don't have to go out the gate to experience the culture. They bring it on base here.
For sure.
And that again is this Saturday, April 6th, 10 to 4 at the Misawa Club. Bringing up community activities along with Japan Day. What other stuff is coming up? Well, one of the big things here, cherry blossoms, right? That's a big draw in Japan.
I will tell you, if you have not been here during the April-May when the cherry blossoms come out, even on our main street as we drive in from the off base to gate. It's good time to get the families out and get some good pictures, especially at the main gate. You can get a very good picture. But you got Cherry Blossom Special. I'm at Cherry. Now I'm thinking of Johnny Cash. wrong song here. But you have it down at the train park. I think on 27 April they'll actually have a ceremony for the Cherry Blossom celebration, and get some barbecue and see some dancing and see the lighting ceremony and other things happen on 27 April. But I think that's the entire week. It's a week-long event or 2 weeks event that will occur. And there is just so much going on. I mean, I can't even count it. I was sitting with my wife just talking about all the things. I mean, we have the Volunteer Appreciation Week occurring. We have the, like we talked about, the road tax. We have golf tournaments starting. I mean, there's a multitude of things. We have Earth Day right around the corner. So the month of April is a good spring into spring, which reminds me, boss, what we got in spring into spring? We got something going on there, too, I think. I think we're actually going to clean the base. I do. I think it's time from the 15th to 19th. We're going to do a spring to fling and or spring
cleaning.
Spring to what? I forgot the acronym. Spring into spring. There it is.
Yeah, week-long base cleanup project. And I think the FOD Walk is part of that, but don't quote me on that. I know it's either part of it or right around that same time.
It'll be there, and I will tell you, and it goes to the base housing residents, too. I would humbly ask you to take a little time over the next couple weekends and just walk around your street, walk your dog, whatever you want to do, but walk around, clean up, pick up some trash, because now that the snow is melted, there's a lot of trash sitting around, and clean the yards. We'll do big, giant pickups around the base to get kind of the larger trash. And then on 20 April, we actually go down and kind of celebrate Earth Day and help clean up the Mosawa Port. Yeah. So it's an annual thing that we do, and we go out there, and it's balanced between 200 of our host nation counterparts and 200 Americans here on the base, about 400 people. We walk around and clean the base up.
Do you plant trees?
I don't think we plant trees at that one. There's another event they may plant trees. I don't think they do that because I don't know if you want trees necessarily down on the port near the beach. But
No. I wasn't talking about the beach. I was just talking about for Earth Day.
Oh, okay.
Generally?
Generally, that is a sign of the Earth Day. You do plant a tree or two. That is. I remember back in the States that the Boy Scouts did that once a year. It was the big thing, the planting trees.
All right. So we got Japan Day. We have lots of community events coming up. Spring is here. It's time to get in the game. Spring into fling into spring.
Spring into spring.
Spring into spring, and do some golfing too. I don't know. Transition into this. We're talking about the sexual assault awareness. What is going on? What is this awareness month about?
Well, it kicked off this week, and again, it's just a raise awareness both for the victims and trying to promote some of the new initiatives and quite frankly, some of the ongoing initiatives. But the Special Victims Council is a new initiative the Air Force has picked up where if you are a victim, we told you you're not alone. We have victim advocates, but we've now more formalized that where the victim now has a legal counsel that is provided by the Air Force at the Air Force expense to help the victim with interviews and things like that. So that's one of the big programs that we're really trying to emphasize is this new, if you are a victim, please don't be afraid to come forward. Don't be afraid of the process, and we will provide you both victim advocates here on base as well as a special victims counsel to help you through that process as well. So that's just one program, but again, it is the month-long. We want to raise awareness for this issue and reemphasize that this is a zero-tolerance issue. There is no sympathy if you're, a subject.
They said that it's on the rise, so we gotta stem that. We gotta cut that off.
Well, it's the new CSAF's one of his prime, if not his number one priority right now is getting this under control and getting this eliminated. Under control kind of implies there is a tolerance for it, and there is no tolerance for it. It is eliminating this from the service. There is no excuse, no tolerance, and
No, I think, and I agree completely with Colonel Dana. I think it deals with a fundamental thing that we have in our Air Force and our services, all services, that we respect our fellow serviceman. Part of respect is we should not be doing assaults of any type. And, the numbers, as Colonel Dana mentioned, that when the Chief of Staff was going through his interview, that was one of the topics they kept talking about is, what is the challenge with sexual assault within the Air Force? How are we going to address that? And he has put a focus area on it. We did have the JAG down here. I think the top Judge Advocate General from the Air Force was down here. He talked about it to us. We sat among the commanders, and we're trying to get that word out to everyone that sexual assault will not be accepted in our Air Force. And I implore each one of you that if you see even the signs of it, even the scenario where you're building it into that, stop it. You know, step in and stop it if you see it.
Yeah, I agree with Colonel Griffin on that. That's what I was thinking. You know, as airmen and soldiers, sailors here on base, you know, we play a big part in helping to stop sexual assault by whatever we see. If we see poor behavior, stepping in and making sure that it doesn't go farther.
We have a Facebook question came in. Christina. The question is, what can be done about pet responsibility and awareness for pet owners on base? I've noticed that there are a lot of pets being rehomed because their owners don't have time for the pet. They didn't realize how much care pets need, or they didn't plan ahead for travel. Plenty of times someone will get rid of a pet, then turn around and get another, and it becomes a pattern. What can be done to educate the members and their families on having a pet, the responsibility, and even providing cost estimates of flying and moving with pets?
That is a very good question, Christine. As I normally start off, as I start thinking about answers on that, and I will tell you, being a pet owner, I think one of the key things is I don't know if we do a very good job of educating folks when they buy pets, because really that's an individual responsibility. If you go out and buy a pet, you would hope that the person is learning the responsibility while they buy a pet here. If you're bringing a pet from overseas, from the United States back to here, you do learn. You learn real quickly because it takes several months of getting all the shots required and the immunizations required, the microchipping, the cost of it. It is an expensive cost to fly back. There is no denying that if you fly to Patriot, it is a great deal cheaper than if you fly out of Tokyo or somewhere else. And it could get up into a high dollar figure depending upon the size of your pet. But we can't ask. I don't know particular. I can ask Public Affairs to help too and kind of get the word out. I know that Paul's Pets Are Worth Saving tries to help us some on the base as a private organization to help find new pet owners, but they can't do it all. I would hope people would not just leave their pets stranded, but most likely that probably is happening. And I'm thankful that a lot of y'all get out there and try to help those pets and find owners. I don't know, boss. Any other ideas? It's a tough question.
It really is, and you kind of answered the same way I was going to answer. The first half of that question is really one of personal responsibility, and you can certainly show people what they're taking on when they take a pet, but ultimately it's going to come down to personal responsibility, and we got to emphasize, by and large, the vast majority of folks don't have issues with that, but there are the onesies-twosies out there that don't realize how much work it is and find themselves in a bad spot, and so your next option is working through PAWS or other folks on base to help you out. The second part is that kind of repeat offender almost. Is somebody who gets a pet, realizes they don't have the time or resources for it, get rid of it, and a month later say, well, now I have the time and resources, and enter that pattern. And, short of, laying down a law that says if you have a pet and get rid of it, you can't get another one, which I don't think anyone's prepared to do. It's just reemphasizing that personal responsibility and expect people to make the right decision and try and deal with it when they don't.
And I will take it as a note, Christina, because last time I checked, the new veterinarian should be in the August time period, August-September time period, and with the new veterinarian get in, maybe we can work with a 35th Fighter Wing and veterinarian and figure out kind of a media to discuss this topic or kind of get the word out a little bit better at that point. Because right now we're having a shortage of veterinarians right now that we only get one to come in here every couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah, and there's certainly an opportunity to, if nothing else, maybe put something on Facebook on, oh, by the way, if you haven't thought about it, here's some of the costs associated with having a pet here in Massaua as far as transportation, and see if we can put some real numbers out there so folks have a little bit higher fidelity data before they make the decision.
All right. Great question, Christina. Any more questions? 226-1575. Give us a call. 226-3621 is the other number. You can also go to Facebook, post your question up there. We'll address it. So get it out there. Sir, you have a song request.
Well, this is for my son. We call it the Buckaroo song, but I know that's not the actual title of the song.
It's probably a better title. But it's Rodney Atkins, Watching You.